60. I got laid off at 60. Guys, it sucks. Nobody wants to hire somebody in their 60s to start a new job, especially if they were making six figures, which I was. It really sucks. So my six-figure income was gone like that. 25 years I'd worked for the company, gone like that at the age of 60. It really hurt.
Howdy, howdy. Well, I got the phone call today from my supervisor. Don't ever be loyal to a company, ever. And I'm saying this to the older generation. I'm also saying this to the younger generation. Don't worry about 2-week notices because they will screw you. I just found that out. I've been working for the company for a year. Perfect attendance, never had any issues. Always did my job, was super efficient. Matter of fact, I was one of the most efficient people on second shift. I drive 2 hours round trip for work every day, 410s. Just got a call from my boss that the CEO or the upper management does not want me coming back in.
Imagine being laid off at 59 for the third time in a decade with over $60,000 in debt. I'm Rebecca, and that's my story. After pouring 40 years into corporate jobs, I was left with zero retirement and a lot of uncertainty, and I craved change. All those 40 years, I worked hard building someone else's dream. I stayed loyal, and I believed I was going to be able to retire at 65. Then after 3 layoffs, I was done trusting corporate America.
I think one of the things that is making a lot of people get laid off this period is ageism. So many people are getting laid off in their 50s. Some are getting laid off just before retirement. Some coming to tell their workplace that they are giving them 2 weeks, maybe because they got another job or because they want to stop working or get retired, and instead of them granting them that 2 weeks, they get laid off. And now getting a new job at 50 and above is becoming a very huge problem for a lot of people. Well, let's take a look at some of the clips I gathered for you guys, then I'll come back with more commentary. Do let me know what you all think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of these videos. Let's jump right in.
The job market and being over 40 looking for work, I've been laid off, and I have had a really hard time this past year trying and looking for something. Now, a lot of you are going through the same things, because I have thousands of comments on posts that I do about being laid off at 50 years old. And there are so many stories that you have told me, such as, being super qualified, going and trying to get work at Trader Joe's and being turned down, or just working, like if you are an executive and going and trying to look for an entry-level position, saying you wouldn't be happy here. There's all kinds of stories that I'm hearing. I'm hearing that Workday is in a legal being sued right now because of ageism. Apparently, I heard that Workday, if you're over 40, they will just they won't even look at you. A lot of people has told me, look in education, and it gets very defeating, because I did apply for a job in education, and I did payroll. I even managed payroll for a large company, and it was an entry-level payroll position, but they didn't even look at me because they were only looking at those who had worked at a school before doing payroll. So disregarded anybody that had any kind of payroll experience in the past, and I just feel like that is not okay. Like, why is this happening? I miss the old days when I was a teenager. I would walk in and I would say, "Hey, is the manager here?" And I would say, "Hey, I'm looking for a job, and here's my application. This is what I'm interested in." Talk to the person eye to eye. And we don't do that anymore. Like, I just think the system is so messed up. And I feel like there's something that we need to do about it. I feel like a lot of this, yes, is ageism, but I'm also getting a lot of messages from people saying that their kids that are out of college can't find work. Like, what is going on here? Being ghosted, not being looked at, even if you're qualified. I remember a job that I had. I was laid off around COVID time as well, and I took a job for a nonprofit for a little bit. It was really rewarding. I was working with adults that had special needs, teaching them how to interview and learning people's skills and finding them work, helping them find work. So I used to teach this, and I remember talking to the person that actually recruited me, because I had applied to that position beforehand, and I didn't hear anything back. And I had a friend that actually worked there, and so my friend said, "Hey, so and so, Joy's been looking for, been trying to apply," and I became the director in that because I got promoted. And the girl who was hiring me, she had said, I saw your application and your resume, and I just thought you were way too overqualified for that position. And it taught me something, because here you are, and it's a great fit. So I don't know. I just think that the system is so messed up. I want to know what you think can be done here. Can we brainstorm and think? I would love to, I don't know, I would love to start a movement or something. And because this is not okay. The whole hiring process is just not okay. I used to hire people, and I never once thought in my mind that this person is older, they are not going to be able to do their job or whatever. I would always just think, can they do the job? Are they qualified? I know I'm not like everybody, but I just think this is so unfair. And like, what is going on? What can we do? Can we come together and think of some kind of movement or something to push back? Because I don't know, maybe I'm delusional, but something needs to be done. This is absolutely insane.
So I just got off a Teams call at work. I got a meeting invite this morning called Team Update. There was about 15 people on the call. Our VP just terminated our positions. I'm feeling really upset about it. In tech right now, a lot of layoffs are happening. Who knows, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I like my job, I enjoyed my job, but I didn't love it as much as I used to. And I know that you're not supposed to always love your job. A job is a job. A job is to make money so that you can provide for your family. And I was very fortunate to have that job and to work with all the people there and learn all the things, level up my abilities. Thursday, I didn't think today was gonna be like this.
When I was laid off my last job and tried to get another job, and I was in my 60s, guys, I had a dickens of a time trying to find a new job. Nobody wants you when you're over 60 because they know they're going to have to pay you more money, and they worry about your health, and then they worry about the fact that they're going to have to retrain you because you've been working doing your own thing for so many years, right? Or another system. And so what are you going to do? You have to find a way to boost your pension these days in Canada because the pensions in Canada are too small. And when I first saw the online program that I am now using, I was scared to death, because I don't have tech, and I was wondering if I could use it and if it would all fall apart on me, or if I would fall apart trying to use it.
So I got laid off a few weeks ago. In my early 50s. I'm looking for a new job. That wasn't supposed to happen. That was not part of my plan, universe. But everything happens for a reason, right? So I figured I would share this journey with you. So follow along and watch me try and find a job.
The truth remains that the job market right now is becoming so trashy, okay? Because people cannot even get job at younger age. Like the lady who told the story about when she was younger, like 18, and it was so easy for them to get job those days. But right now, the job market is just so wide. And to think about it, there are a lot of people looking for job more than the jobs that are available. So I guess this is one of the reasons why people are not finding job. Job market is just wide, and of course unemployment rate is so high right now. But yeah, the people that are also feeling it so much right now are like people above 40 and above. Even people in their 40s are also complaining of the job market. Well, let's take a look at the comment section. So someone said, same, okay, I'm in my my upper 40s and I can't even find a simple part-time job, and I need to work. I have responsibilities. I'm going back to school, and I hope once I'm done, I'm not struggling to find a job. In your 40s, oh my god, going back to school. So at what point will you graduate and to find a job? If the job market is bad now, what happens in the next few years? Think about it. Well, this one said, it's alarming how many people are unaware of the damage of AI is about to inflict upon society. So some people are saying that they're laying off these elderly people just because of AI, okay? So somehow AI is taking away a lot of people's jobs, and that's why it's so trashy right now. So they're replacing humans with AI in some of these workplaces. So instead of them paying people every other month, they better hire an AI to do the job, okay? So this one said, back in 1997, my boss called me to the office to tell me I can't know more than him and let me go. I started my business the following week and had sold. That was then. Like everywhere is so expensive right now. People cannot even afford a lot of things. So this one said, I'm 53 and not looking. I'm done with corporate America. Most of the job will be replaced by AI anyways. So headed in new direction. So this one is saying that it's better that people start looking towards owning their own businesses, maybe starting a consulting firm and anything at that, okay, instead of you looking at corporate America at that age. Okay, once you're 50 and above, it becomes a very huge problem. And with the fact that a lot of people are talking about AI about to take away people's job this period, so it's going to be so hard, you know, for a lot of people in their 50s, okay, to acquire a new job, right? Lost my job 3 weeks after my mom died, and getting another job is difficult. Ageism is real, and that's true. Like, ageism is becoming one of the major reasons why, you know, most people can't even get a decent job anymore. Like, even a part-time job is becoming a very huge issue for so many people who can't even find it. Downplay your resume. Hiring an overqualified is a red flag. We think it's just a pit stop until something else comes along. That's odd because Micro from Dirty Jobs says there is about 7.2 million available jobs openings and 6.8 million people unemployed, not willing to do them. Yet Trump wants to bring many new jobs. So who is lying at this point? Because some people say they can't find job, other people are saying there are jobs, like 7 point something million jobs, and 6.8 million people do not want to work. Now, these people that are complaining that they want to work but can't find job, who exactly is lying at this point? Because I'm seeing some of these comments and I'm wondering, who do you believe at the end of the day, right? So this one is saying, since you have non-profit experience, have you thought of doing one for job placement, specializing in the over 40 crowd? Just a thought, okay? And this one say times of change. The 90s, 80s were the best years, and early 2000 we live in time when people just don't care. And that's true. Those days people were getting jobs, not having so many of these issues, or even thinking about AI replacing their jobs. But right now things have become even wide, and you know, AI is just there, you know, to take away jobs. Companies are considering them because it might be a way cheaper for them. But I think that there's so many things that humans can still do that AI can't do. That's my thought though. Anyway, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comments. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit belongs to original creators of this video. See you all on my next.